Welcome back to Joe's Toolbox Exchange. Today we have a little bit of a unique video. We have IndyCar driver Tony Kanaan coming in to potentially buy a toolbox or work a trade. I know we don't do a lot of videos with customer interaction, but I assume this will be a pretty interesting video. He'll come in, we'll answer any questions that he has about toolboxes. I know he's probably most familiar with the Mac boxes as they have had a long-standing partnership with Mac. And I will see you guys in a little bit when he gets here. So we kind of went back and forth. I know you're talking about a couple different boxes. I know you are kind of up in the air with what you're looking for. You mentioned some like really big ones, then you're like, I'm looking for a tiny one. So.
The thing is, like, I bump into, I told you, like I was working out and scrolling through a YouTube and I bump into your channel, and by coincidence you're local, I live here. And I have a shop myself, love tools, obviously, what I did for a living my entire life. I was around it, and I was looking for one box, but then I started watching the videos and see a bunch of the cool stuff there. So, you know what, I just want to check it out. And so I remember you asked, what are you looking for? I said, well, a 36-inch for my personal tools that I don't like people to touch it, but I would love to just, you never know, right? So, and I said, I'll come check it out, but yeah.
Most of your boxes look like they were Mac from the photos?
So I've had a long relationship with DeWalt, and and they bought Mac. They sponsor me and the team.
Okay.
The F1 team, they're official sponsor of McLaren, and then our IndyCar team, they're they help us out quite a bit, and I had a personal deal with them. So all my boxes are Mac tools.
Yeah. Why the green?
The green is my colors as a driver when I used to race. I'm from Brazil, so there's green and yellow. I always love the colors, and when they made the green, it looks like it became extremely popular, right? Yeah. So, which is funny because our mechanics, our tools are Snap-on, and we have the Snap-on truck, and the Mac Tools truck also come in the shop every Tuesday. But I grew up around it, and the green was just because of my color. Wow. And I have to say, like, it's not, I've started watching your videos quite a bit, and I knew nothing about toolboxes. For me, it was, like I said, I grew up since I was a little kid racing, it was just a toolbox. And obviously you can tell the way they close, they open, but like the way now I know a lot more listening to the videos and what it is. And, we'll censor some of the conversations about quality of the stuff, because we don't want to be unprofessional to other people. But I had no clue. To me, they were all like, okay.
Yeah, I think that's
they look the same.
I think that's why a lot of people ask me, like, what is the quality difference? I think that is hard, because it's like with cars or like with anything nice. There's like such a scale to it. Like, yes, there are some Snap-on boxes that are better than some Mac, but there's also Mac that's better than a lot of Snap-on. They all have a varying.
And to me, that was the thing. I told you, I was pretty spoiled because my entire life I just went on and I picked what I wanted, and they shipped it, right? And so then I started looking around just because I got interested in just really scrolling to the internet on the trips that, you're on the plane and you want to just not think about work or emails, and then you start looking at the prices, like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? How can I pay how can people, they're starting their, mechanics career and pay 15 grand for just a box, and I was like, wow. And then by watching the videos, then you can understand that it's like cars.
Yeah.
You take it out of the dealership, it's like, it tanks, right? And which is, I also like, they all look pretty similar. And then you go like, is this really worth, or is it just a branding thing? You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
My clients are people that have more money, and a lot of the people that buy brand new boxes seem to not have as much money. This is
but I think that's my favorite thing to say. People that have money.
Yeah.
That's why they have money, because they look, you know what I mean?
Like, so I think the hardest deals I've been arguing over, like, we're talking $50 arguments, and then I pull up and it's, House on Geist. It's like, wow, wasn't that consequential. But I think that is true. A lot of mechanics that are starting out do just finance them, and it's a weekly payment. So the amount that they paid for it, a lot of them don't even know. When they come and I buy a box from them, they don't even know what they cost. They just know it was $50.
Which kind of like watching your videos and thinking about these people, right? And then following also on your Facebook, and then obviously then start suggesting other people's too. And then you look at like people that are offering that stuff, you can tell it's like, man, this guy probably lost his life over here, because it's like either he financed, and now either he's probably selling for what he owes just to
The
like,
payoff
to
is
get
really
away,
important.
right?
So that's like one of the first negotiating points on a lot of boxes when I buy them in is what is the owed amount, and then that's where the conversation starts. So like if you're underwater on it, the conversations ends there, or where you got to figure out a way to kick in the difference. So a lot of times it's tools. So they might end up trading their box to me for the payoff and also losing half their tools just to walk away from the box, and the tools were already paid for.
I was giving the Snap-on guy that comes to the race shop. It's obviously we see him every week, and I was giving him a hard time the other day because I was like, he's like, you never bought a box from me, so I don't need it.
Yeah.
And then when I started watching your videos, I talked about that is my favorite box,
Yeah,
right?
cool.
So I started saying, can just to mess with him, I said, can you quote me one? So he's there, and and then I said, do you know I can buy on the used market for a lot cheaper? And then he laughs, he says, no, I know. And he says, but you know what happens? Be careful.
Of course.
Because some people actually have, I didn't know, that's how says some people actually finance or whatever on the Snap-on credit, and they sell it and stop paying. And if I find out and I needed to take it away, that is actually sad too. You know?
I think Snap-on does sell a really good product, but a lot of their money comes from the financing of those great products. So Snap-on Finance is a whole other entity, and they make a lot more money than I think Snap-on does off just the cost of their tools because of the interest being high. I mean, a lot of these mechanics are spending 20-25% APR on tools, which is a huge amount. I mean, that's like credit card level for tools, and they're making like 3-4 year payments on them. And to another interesting side note is a lot of people sell their boxes when they're paid off, and then immediately get a new box. And the trade-in would have been higher than what I would have given them for it, but it's just a cash in the hand aspect. I always tell them you should just trade it back to your dealer because your dealer will usually give you.
Would they take in the trade?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So your dealer will always take in a trade, always, even if you have like a rusted out US General.
It's worth something.
It's worth something to them, and it's the same way like when you see car lots like drag it in, we'll give you $500 for any car.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like, are they really giving you an amount of money for it? I don't know. Or are they really just deducting it? Are they really just inflating the price of the box?
Right. I can say I'm going to sell it for $1,000 more and offer you $1,000 for
but
your box.
But your dealer can also sell it for more than.
We just talked about that.
I mean, a dealer might be able to sell it. I could sell a box for 15. A dealer used 15. The same box could be sold by a dealer used for 25.
Yeah, because the new one of that is 40 or whatever. Right.
He knows what guy's looking for. He brings it to the shop. He offers an additional service and the financing. So dealers will oftentimes give a higher trade-in value, almost always, than what I would give as a cash value.
Sure.
I would never. There's no way. The trade-in will always be better. If you're looking at getting a new box, you should look at the trade-in value.
Right, and also they have a margin, right? Because they can mark up or down whatever the toolbox is. Which it's kind of like if you think about like everything, if you like bills on the retail business, but you always look like if the markup it has to be half of what you're making, and then that's why they have such a big margin. But like I said, it was pretty alarming when I was like, man, how these people can afford to buy? Like, even I have the same box, the pink one you have, and I showed you.
Yeah, I think that I might also just be a little bit misleading on my part. Like when I talk about I think that's Snap-on when you specifically mentioned. I think even in the title I had this price. I think that is also a lot of dealers do sell way under this.
Yeah, I remember watching that video because I had actually never seen that box.
Yeah.
And I told you what I was looking for, and I found out when you did the video of that. And you're like, it's 11,000, and then when I asked Mike, he's like, it can be 80 to 100. That box is pretty cool. The one that you did the last video.
The green one or the red?
No, the matte one.
Yeah, those are very cool.
This thing is awesome. Like, but if you look at it, like there is no edges, like, but look, they have this straight. Like he did a whole video. If you look it's one of those things that you're gonna go, this is gonna sell like crazy.
It's just hard because it's so expensive. So I get lost in the stats. I like stats, and like this box is rated for 15,000 pounds, which is insane. So like the most expensive Snap-on, like that Epic down there, is going to be 8,000. And I think I might even said that in the video, where it's like, I think that was one of my intentions with making the videos was when I started this, I didn't know what the boxes were. I'm not a mechanic. So, and the first box I bought, I lost my ass on, and it was a classic 78, which is like a small classic. They only have one big drawer on top, and I just didn't realize that the fact that it had one big drawer meant it was worth like a third, is what other boxes were. And trying to find the data when I would dig into finding a box, even when I would move them, I'd be like, how much does this box weigh? Science finding it's really hard. And when a box goes out of production, a lot of that data is just gone.
It's gone, right?
even using like the Wayback Machine, like trying to go back to dated websites, like Snap-on even clears their caches, so you can't even find this data online.
They probably do it on purpose, I guess. But
yeah, they say everything on the internet lasts forever, but I don't know. Some of this stuff is very hard to find. Like, what is the drawer weight rating on stuff to be? On the older stuff, 80s and 90s is hard. So I hope that at least the channel lives on, and maybe in 30 years
people can watch it.
Because the boxes are impressive, and these things are built to last. Like, this box will be here in 30 years. I don't doubt it. I mean, like even that Epic down there, I see Epics that are 15, 20 years old. They look the same. Well,
like I said, now it was another thing. You go, this box is 10 years old. I'm like, well, I thought it was brand new. Like, it doesn't like.
The paint.
It's not like a car. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a car, you can tell.
Like, it doesn't even matter. It's been sitting there. It's been preserved, and it might be dirty, but when you clean it up, a lot of them are, I mean, perfect. Especially if they maintain them. I mean, like this box has somewhere, but even like this box has nowhere. Like some of them just really. And that Mac box is relatively old. They're like 1 year old, and they're completely destroyed. And I've seen boxes that are 15 years old that are beautiful. So like the condition of it is what matters. It's not like a car where the age matters.
Well, also doesn't sit like if it doesn't sit outside. If you're in a shop, like I said, it's not like it doesn't.
Some guys are just very hard on the boxes. They slam them.
We don't. So to a point that actually in racing, what we start doing it, as a team, we try to, like I said, we have at the shop we have. Obviously the benches, like you have the toolboxes like I do there, but that belongs to the building, so it's there. We have Lister cabinets.
They make it. Lister makes great.
Which it's the same company, so we got. But as far as like we provided tools to the guys in the past, and some of us had some sponsorship like we do. So basically, you lose the tool, you get it back, and then all of a sudden we had an allotment, and tools were disappearing all the time. So we had to make the mechanics responsible. So now they're actually responsible for their own toolboxes.
Yeah, as it should be.
So toolboxes and tools are on them. Obviously, now the way we're building it, you have some seniority, and some of my guys now you go, the team will provide it, but like and they take care of it, because when it was ours, either they will lose a tool all the time, or somebody needs a 13. I lost it. Can I have another one? And the toolboxes were trash.
We'll take all the tools that are like, I don't want to say junk, but just maybe don't hold a very high resale value. This is going to be, primarily Taiwan tools and like non-branded tools that are missing pieces from sets. And then we'll just like bulk sale that stuff. And those go to shop owners all the time. And they say the exact same thing. They say these are buying them for the shop because they always get stolen, or they always get lost, or they always get thrown away. Or it's just
or forget in a car, or like if they're
so they don't buy nice stuff because that for the same reason. But when they're here, they'll be buying Snap-on tools because that's what's going in their own box. So
how did you start this?
I've always been pretty handy, so I started doing like woodworking. I made some extra money doing it. I didn't make much money doing it per hour; it was like less than minimum wage. But I also didn't have any money when I started that, so I'd buy like old tools and then clean them up. And this is primarily like 50s and 60s woodworking tools, like a lot of old USA made heavy cast iron.
Vintage stuff.
And then when I would go to sell those down the road, when I went to upgrade, and I realized there was more money in the buying and selling of vintage woodworking tools than there was in woodworking. And then I started buying tools with just the intention of reselling them, and then that kind of.
How long ago?
It's probably 5 years ago.
And then the YouTube started it.
YouTube's been young.
It's pretty young, I saw it.
Like maybe 5 months.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought I remember I made the first video. I thought like it would be cool if someday it got 100, and now they just hit 1,000.
No, it's going, man. It's going.
It's very impressive. I just didn't expect that. And I really, when I did the videos too in the beginning, I wanted to have a way. So many people ask the same question. I love talking about toolboxes. I love tools and toolboxes. They're really cool.
Well, but to me, that's something that actually, like I said, this is just my daily routine, and Bill actually gives me a hard time. How do you find this stuff with the amount of time you don't have? I put it routine. I wake up in the morning at 4:45 and I go work out. So when I'm in a treadmill in the gym, I'll just start YouTube, and then I obviously search what I like, and always love tools, always love race. I mean, you just go, and then eventually the algorithm will send you, and I bump into and to be fair, you go, man, how much can we talk about a freaking toolbox? I'm gonna want to listen to the video. And I swear that I'm not saying it. I told you that. That's how we met. I was like, wow. So I start getting educated.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because obviously with my YouTube channel, you always people get pretty brave then you see 90% of people love it, and now you know you're growing when somebody's you're talking too much now. It used to be a lot better. That we were complaining, but this was
That's
so
something
educational.
I would be surprised too is like the negative feedback has been extremely minimal. Because I look at a lot of dealers and dealers do similar things, talking about products and the bashing them.
No, but like I said, because and that's what was my point that I was gonna make. What actually attracted me to your video is just you're talking about something you really like.
Yeah.
It's not. That's why I asked how you started, because okay, you need money, but like you really like this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then that's what for the people that's what people want. The dealers are just there like, let me show you this. This is the greatest gun, and then you go, then you get a YouTuber says that it's not. I'm gonna compare it to you know like the Milwaukee, the Walt, that Snap-on. The people like always like, oh, this is better. Look at this, and then you go,
And I think that is part of it too. Is like that is probably one of the last examples of like an American. I mean, these are American companies that have been around for over 100 years. All of them, with the exception of Matco. Like, I mean, the pride there is huge, and a lot of them, they do outsource a lot of tools. But for the most part, if you're looking at any of the high-end boxes or any Snap-on boxes as a whole, they are made here. And that's, I mean, the USA Steel. Like, I don't know. I think there is something that is slightly awe-inspiring when you see a massive toolbox that is $20,000. It weighs 3,000 pounds.
You know,
It's all
my
USA.
dream toolbox is the Snap-on. I don't even know the name of the tool. It was the big car, like the big one.
UEVs.
Yeah, it's like 35 grand.
I know. They're really cool. They are.
Have you seen? You haven't seen it.
There's like, if you look on top of that,
that.
it's that little tiny green guy.
So do that. So I was gonna actually blame you on video. So my wife needs to watch this. I had no idea. So I've been racing forever, love that kind of stuff. And the only experience I had with the mini toolboxes is no offense, is like we go there all the time, Bill. You're not the Harbor Freight, the US General. Actually, it was Cobalt that did. And I bought a couple, gave to a couple of my guys in the shop, thought it was really cool. And we thought I was the coolest guy. And then I saw your video with the stuff that you have. I'm like,
Yeah, they are neat.
now, so the last video I saw on that box, you had the mini Matco.
Yeah, it's over there.
So I'll be looking for that.
Yeah, they're hard to find, and that was
It's impossible.
That came from a friend. That was a hard thing to even find. I've had many
Have you
people
seen
try
this?
to buy it.
This is so cool. So it's on my search 24/7. Look at this thing.
It's a mini road.
No, good. It's like just a true, like, it's no different than the one. So I pretend that I know what I'm doing. So I bought a couple of the US General ones and got some of the wrapping and racing. We wrap the race cars all the time. So I bought this carbon fiber wrap and I made a green and carbon like that. It looks, you saw it. So anyway, but when I saw that.
I heard that they were released when the Revel X came out, because that is what it is. So that's why they don't make them anymore. But
even and then people that have it, they probably love it and keep it, because that is, I haven't found one, even if it was for 10 grand for sale, that is none. I sold my Snap-on wrap, so I order last week. I'm like, why you never told me about this? Like, to the guy, he's like, well, I thought, because I saw the little one too.
Yeah.
So I ordered, I said, bring me all of them. And he's like, oh, see what I have.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're
Matco is one right now. It's a breast cancer one that's really cool. It's like white with the
white,
ribbon
yeah.
on it. I tried to get that one this year. I just didn't make the wait list.
Here's the thing, is if you go on on eBay, I have one that Lauren, actually, my wife bought it. You haven't seen it. It's like a real toolbox. It's like this, so you can open. It's a generic wrench you probably bought somewhere, and I loved it.
That's what I'm saying about the mini ones that are replicas. Those are quite a bit cooler, in my opinion, because they're fully functional. They're like open, all the doors open. They have little drawers.
This is so cool.
And like the hush open.
I mean, since I saw it, because my idea was like, obviously we had some pretty successful years, and you always try to think about what can you do for the team as far as the crew chief, or those are mechanics that they love what they do. If you work in racing, it's not because you want to make money, it's because you really have a passion.
Yeah.
And then you go, like at the end of the year, you're trying to always do something for them apart from a bonus or like so. And that would be something so cool to actually make it and customize the people's name and they say, man, appreciate it. Yeah, and then even when you do sponsor events, like we're gonna host somebody at the race team, you can even put those on top of a table as a table decoration, like for dinner, centerpiece, and so those are the cool things. Anyway, and I have to say, I wanted to come when I told you, because like obviously with my relationship with Mac, I order stuff out of a catalog.
Yeah,
which,
like all these.
yeah, which I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And what happened, that's why I ended up, I have what, probably 12 toolboxes. Like,
Yeah.
sorry guys, addiction, convenience, but it ended up happening because I ordered the wrong one. That I told you I'm short, so like I wanted to work on the bench, but like I can't, like I would do a lot of the simulator stuff, so I ended up buying just a normal Husky table that has the wheels so I can work.
Yeah.
Suits my height, and then because I could, then I ordered another one, and then it was like, well, that was, now it's too big, and then we ended up like, I ended up with, you saw the roll, like, I care, I was like,
Yeah.
but, sorry guys, I'm not bragging, truly not, I'm just saying like.
Do you like the
that's-
Maximizer card?
Look,
That's one of my favorite boxes.
I have, again, I don't want to sound like it is not, it's just like I'm passionate about it. I got every single size of the Maximizer.
Yeah.
And then, what's happening is, why am I looking for the 36? Because my smaller one, it's too full,
Yeah.
and I want to keep two, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me find something cool, different, just because, okay, I have all of them, they're good partners, blah, 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 but like, it's not really that I'm obligated to, and that's why I started looking at other brands. That's how we, so we went, and then I just gonna have those two that will be mine.
Yeah.
And then everybody else that comes to my shop when I have the other tools will be on the other toolboxes.
Yeah, for sure. Do you see mine down here? It's cool. Picture the back.
But that's what I'm saying. That will have, I'll have all my stuff here.
Yeah.
Nobody will touch it. And then I have plenty of tools.
And this is
forget-
just for working on toolboxes, so it's
That's
all
so
the,
cool.
all the parts. But it's got like a nice little storage and
That's
it's
it. I
really
mean,
compact.
that's,
You have all my cleaning supplies, nice and easy.
Bill, look at this.
That's probably my favorite
See,
set.
you think about on the mechanical room there. I mean, this is all you need for your personal toolbox.
That's super modular. They got the shelves. See on the bottom, like a lot of stuff I don't use this often. My kids' video games.
Oh no, I did see the video because I was like, I have 4 kids and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Time when I'll buy a box, it'll be like 1/3 full. And they just, like something that dealers love to say is like buy a box that'll grow with you. And I don't really know if this is true. I think it's maybe better to buy the box that fits your needs and then 10 years later get a new box.
I agree. The thing is, to me, 2 things that I experienced, right? So my first ever box was this one, in green,
Yeah, they're-
which I showed you the picture. And then I already had a lot of tools, so you're like, So it was okay that I got the 66
Yeah.
Maximizer. But like, if it was empty, you want to buy more tools, which that I can't. There's always room for tools. But like you said, but then what I'm starting to look around and you go, all right, well, you're in the shop. I don't work on cars, my own cars. Like I love just doing things.
Yeah.
So I looked at the toolbox and I think I could change that wheel to a black one because it's
Of
gonna
course.
look better. Then you jack it up and you change it. And then I have a lot of racing simulators, obviously, throughout my career. And my kids like to play, so you're always building something for them and stuff. But then you have a gigantic box. Unless you're working directly on a shop that is in front of it,
Yeah.
it's not practical.
No.
So that's why I keep saying now, okay, I'll have a full toolbox there, then I'll label it because we never remember where they are if you don't, like I don't work on my shop or like every day myself. So you kind of like, well, where is that? So you start labeling stuff, get the little, people now are making the magnetic
Yeah, those are
names,
nice.
those are so cool, so I have it. And then I said, well, I don't want my little toolbox. If I'm gonna go all the way over there, I'll just take it with me with, my favorite snap-on, cordless, my favorite DeWalt. I have I don't know if you've seen it. Actually, I should have taken a picture. Have you seen the DeWalt made a McLaren?
No.
It only sells in Europe.
Okay.
I'll hook you up. They sell as a set.
Yeah.
It's 2 cordless. Granted, I'll send you the name. You maybe put it in the description.
Yeah,
But basically,
definitely.
it's 2 cordless. One is actually the
Impact.
The
One's a
impact,
driver and then
and the other one is just a drill.
Yeah.
But they're black carbon fiber, says the Walt McLaren. They're so cool. They're all black, but they don't sell in the States. It's Europe only because it's on the F1 team. So we go back and forth. I do a lot of things for them there. So when I went, I actually asked them if I could have some. They gave me a set and then I bought 2 more.
Yeah.
So I might bring it so you can have it in your collection.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love
Nobody has it. Nobody has
I've
seen
never
it.
heard of it.
No, it comes on, basically, when you buy the kit, tool kit, it comes on the little briefcase.
Yeah.
Black says McLaren on it. It's all all the stickers, the labels on the gun are actually carbon fiber.
That's so cool.
I mean, imitation of
Yeah.
like the. So, actually, I didn't think about. I'll bring it.
Yeah, it's rare I see something
You
I
can-
don't see. I spent all day looking at tools.
If we'll Google, I'll show you. And
Yeah, I'll
it's-
throw it up on screen too. So if you
Yeah, I mean, if you Google it, it's there, but it doesn't sell here. So I brought Bill one, and everybody, when I pulled that out, people that they're like, "Where can I buy that?" Like I said, it's not. So those kind of tools, I'm gonna keep it there,
Yeah, just keep it clean.
and that's it. And people are like, you have tools just to show us. No, I use some of them, but some that I like, I don't want to get like all banged up, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So that is the reason that I wanted to buy a smaller box to like be selective, but also then you go, all right, what do I use all the time that I can make it that I don't need to? So but this is like my favorite setup by far.
Personal box. That's why I like the hutches, because the hutches are cool to display things. They're really cool to display
And like,
things.
to be fair, like watching on video, I hadn't seen in person. Remember you asked me, well, what about you show me a couple? I said, well, they're too high, but the 36 that I was looking at, you said if it comes around, it might, to be fair, this is actually probably because I'm not gonna work on top of it anyway.
Yeah.
I have the table or whatever I can, because we usually, I'll show you a couple pictures of my place. Maybe we can come do a video
Yeah, definitely.
for my channel over there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
With a bunch of Sims, and we usually put the Sims together. Bill has a store here in Indy that does home automation and a bunch of stuff, and we start. I mean, I'm extremely involved in the sim racing part because of racing, and I started just putting together for myself and helping some people through COVID. It became extremely popular. Nobody could leave the house, and now some Bill's clients started to wanting some sims, and we started to put them together. So now it's like, okay, well, I need some more tools, blah blah blah, and then that's what I need. My personal toolbox. That's the excuse.
Yeah, that is really cool. That's what you do for a living?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dream job. And next to racing, so I guess I don't know.
I was gonna say, but I retire now, so I lived my dream already, and now it just obviously still running the team. I still get the adrenaline, but yeah,
That happened at the beginning of this year?
23. I actually retire after the 500. I did the Indy 523 with McLaren. Then I stayed with the team as a consultant, and then a year ago I took over, and now I run the whole team.
Yeah.
So, which wasn't planned. I wanted to have a lot more time to build my sims and have fun, but I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So now, and so that's actually, it became, when I go to my shop after, we leave the shop sometimes, and it's right in front of Bill's, it's at the Motor District, I think, in Westfield, where they really, and then put some sims together. We mess stuff up. We get angry, but yeah, that's all the two boxes you saw. That's where I have it, and
They're at his place now?
no. He has the showroom, and I have the warehouse. My warehouse is right by. It's in the same complex.
Okay.
And then so we're across the street from each other. But yeah, I have. And my place, actually, I bought it when I was racing to keep. Actually, it was a garage to keep my motorhome.
Okay.
And actually, my pace car that I won the 500 back in the day, like just to store it. And then through COVID, I got a couple companies approaching me to help develop simulators to make more real to people.
Yeah.
And that became quite a business, like me helping them. Then now they're selling the product, and I'm involved. And then all of a sudden, to be able to improve the product, I had to try it. So they send me the stuff, we'll put it together, and I'll develop with the engineers, send them the feedback. So now I have 8 sims there. I had more time. I streamed all the time on YouTube and Twitch, like sim racing and stuff, and people get a big kick
Through
out of
COVID,
it.
that's when you're doing it or stuff?
I started through COVID, and then I did it all the way to be fair, like I stopped streaming 2 months ago. It's been 3 months that I haven't been online. I'm running. We had a great year in the team. My responsibilities are much bigger, and I get home 4 kids. Like, can get home at 5 o'clock, and go stream until 10, and my that, so it had to divide a bit. We're still obviously my channels are still active. Even my YouTube, we still post a bunch of videos, but like live, I rarely do it. Sporadically now we do a couple events and every other day, because I've never really just did like you, like do a video, edit, send it. I always did both.
Yeah.
And then I think now I can shift it. It's like, look, it was fun, it was awesome. I was thinking that, this is something I can do because I wasn't full time with the team. I just went to the races. And then when the work increased, I'm like, I gotta find, a limit on. So Twitch is obviously just a platform to stream. So I shifted quite a bit. My YouTube, I was pretty young on YouTube. I started obviously my Instagram and Facebook. They were all pretty strong back then still. But my YouTube was always like, I had it just to hold my name. And so in the end of the beginning of last year, so not this January, 2 Januaries ago, I got my team. I'm like, look, I think we need to go. As a racer, you're always looking for. I said I want to get by December last year. I said I want a YouTube Black. I want to get to 100,000,
Yeah.
and we did. So, but it took a little bit to understand what, and then I started streaming a little bit on YouTube, and then posting some videos that I'm like, this is not going to work. People are gonna hate it, and people loved it. And talk about, showing the place or my motorhome or like stuff that people cannot search on, on a race weekend. You know what we're doing. So, and so that's what I'm doing now. But I don't stream live anymore. But we'll post some videos on YouTube. Obviously, there are people that make a living out of it, and that is a full-time job. People think, oh, you're an influencer, this and that. I don't care what people think. Yeah, that's not a job. It is a real job, as you know. So for me, it was more to obviously keep my fan base and people informed. But then when you talk about, if you're gonna make money, you need to do this full time. And the road to climb, you never know. The platform, the algorithm, it's so random.
Even with the videos, we'll post videos that are almost identical, and one will like do 10,000 and one will do 1,000, and they post the same time a week later with very similar content. It's impossible.
Look, it's the experiment. I challenge my guys all the time. I had two guys that one edits. They both film, but one edits and the other one films, so they alternate. And I'm like, every Wednesday we gotta have a video ready to go once a week. And I've done that. That's how we've grown to 120. We're 160 now, so I'm like, I need to go to 200. But like, really, it's not, because it's kind of like lame, because it's just a number.
Yeah.
It's not like, why do you want to? To me, it's a motivation. It's not like I want to flex to somebody or monetize. My YouTube is not. I don't want it, like, I don't need to. But and it's funny because me being so busy, the last month I haven't been able to shoot anything.
Yeah.
Or I was too tired. I'm like, I'm out. And then talking to my guys, I'm like, can we do some, I don't know, grab some old videos and we do some editing. And one of my guys says, look, if you don't have anything good to post, don't.
Exactly.
I'm like, you're crazy, you don't want to work. But we haven't posted in 3 weeks. The amount of followers we gain is the same amount if I had posted every week, when I post every week. Because then, so it's kind of weird to understand.
Yeah. And I think I made a similar thing was I started looking at like, do I want to post? I was like, I need, in the beginning, obviously it's easy, like there's a million boxes to review, but at some point there's a limited number of boxes. So then we try some, the unboxing, like looking at the tools that we get in a box, people love that more than anything. And I never really thought of doing that, but whatever, it's easy. We already have to take the tools out, we might as well film it. And then that's where it came down to like, if I think we wanted to be really big and do it as a career, the editing would have to be high, and I didn't want to do it.
No, but like,
so we just do one shot.
It's crazy. I'm gonna
done.
say,
Yeah, of course.
it's crazy because then to that topic, you go and one video can make you 100,000 followers because of the views. Okay. And that's when my guy was like, you don't have to post all the, it's one video. If it hits, it hits. And too much editing, people think it's too perfect.
Yeah.
People like natural stuff, like you're there, you talk, it doesn't matter. It's just not like, oh, let's do this again.
Yeah.
And that is something that you never know, and that's why the mystery of, I did my motorhome video. the most viewed video of my channel. It's just a motorhome, but I talk about like I need to dump the bathroom stuff, and that's what. If you look at the peak, that's people watch the most. It's like
that's the real. Yeah, that's real. I do want to find that like authentic, rather than just watching something that feels scripted. I mean, I'd rather. Because also this is top, we watch a lot of content and a lot of YouTube just because we're here cleaning boxes. I mean, this might be 4 hours to get it good. So there's just always
the
something
video.
on.
You get a couple buckets, and you like wires,
Yeah.
cables. That's what I need to do actually. So now I'm on a mission to just get. Because Bill complains all the time. He comes to help me to build the Sims, and you can never find tools. Because it's everywhere. So the foam, so I bought all the stuff, right? From the guy on YouTube. What's his name? He's famous. I'll come. So, and the hot gun, and then I'm like,
It's harder than it looks.
It looks again. It looks so simple. Like, we're gonna do. I'll give up. So now I just look for tools that have the foam already.
Yeah.
Really, what I have to do, like I have to find out that I am extremely not talented to do
A
anything
CNC
else.
machine is the only way to do it. I mean,
And then you go like, wow, okay, these people do 3D, so should I buy a 3D machine? And then, no, so I don't know how to so my latest one, which I was pretty successful, is what's that name?
The plastic.
the Toolbox widgets?
Which obviously now you have to cut it, but it's modular that I can, now I was successful with that, but then you talk about how many more tools I can buy just to buy that stuff. It's expensive, so the foam is the way to go. But then talk about on an industry that I come from, time is everything.
Yeah.
Organization to that, I mean, that's his pet peeve. We're open 10 drawers to find the tool because I don't know where we put it because it wasn't organized.
Yeah.
Do that on the racetrack, you're done. I have exactly what you said. I have a toolbox that we tried to haul the other day. We could barely move. I'm like, ooh. Then you get the one that is organized with probably the same amount. You're like, whoa, that rolls. Because it's like you just hoard their stuff in, and then you can barely. One of my boxes, I had too much stuff in one drawer, and then it rubbed on the other one and took the paint out.
Yeah.
You
do see that quite a lot on the undersides.
The underside, and you can see the.
With some boxes like the Max that are chrome, like this one's black, but when they're chrome, it reflects that damage underneath. So you can always tell on those boxes. That's like Snap-on, they don't chrome the top of their drawer, so you don't notice it. But on Max, you do a lot from that paint rub underneath.
And that big one that we have, remember? You open up, you can hear, and you look around, there's a bunch of paint.
There are companies that come in and they like sort, like declutter your house.
Mhm.
I always thought that'd be a cool, I don't want to do it, but I thought it'd be a cool company to do for toolboxes. Like travel around.
You want to come organize my toolbox? Let's go.
You could
We'll shoot a video.
stock all the stuff.
That's the content for you. I would say I will watch it all day long.
'Cause
How
that
to
would be-
organize your toolbox?
And they could, there's a lot of people that would pay ungodly money just to have someone show up and
That'll be me.
done, Perfect. And they can also tell you what you're missing or what you should.
No, but I'm not joking. Like, again, I was always on the other side. I never had to really, I just damage the stuff and the guys will fix it. But, trying to organize my toolboxes, what does it go in the top drawer?
Yeah.
And then honestly, when I organize thinking about not thinking, then remember how many times I'm like, And then you go watch a video like when you bring a toolbox in, and you're like, wow, well, that's where the sockets go. It should be on the top. I'm like, what, but why? And so that is something that would be cool to do, actually.
Yeah. That's like Toolbox Tours. That's why I think that's such an interesting channel as a whole. Their stuff is much higher edited and put together and professional than what we do. But that is cool to see. I mean, even I would say even in the past 10 years, you just see the amount of effort put into having something fully perfect. I mean, and the amount of money you put into just getting it that way. Man, I just spent a couple $1,000s and just doing tool grid.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Massive
I did the
money.
tool grid, the whole thing, and then you start going crazy. Well, my toolbox is green.
Yeah.
It's green and yellow, so I'm going to buy the yellow one. And then you go, oh, it could be yellow one, a black, and a green. And then you start, and like you said, in the end of the day, you go look at the total bill, and then you buy, okay, I need, the little cups for the screwdriver. Then it looks awesome, but then you go like, wow, spend a little bit of money. How many more tools or even another toolbox I could buy? And but it's so personal. I think that the toolbox, there is a way to do it, but it's yours.
Yeah,
as long as
and I think
recognize
there's
it.
a lot of people too, even like not necessarily our videos, but on a lot of content where it'll be people like maybe ripping on the amount of effort that's put into caring about colors or things like this. But I don't know. I guess it makes sense. Like a lot of mechanics will spend their entire careers using the same stuff forever. Why not spend the additional money to make it look decent,
Look,
presentable,
I
and make the job
I
more
tell my
enjoyable?
guys this all the time. There's always going to have people that are going to criticize. Why is this for show? Because I hear all the time, even on videos, like, well, they're organized just because like you're never going to use, because if you use your tools, that's not true.
Yeah.
You know, everybody likes nice stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody likes organized stuff. And I think that is something that it's also your own image, especially if you work in a company or in a race team. This is what the standards that you make for yourself, and then what you expect from the people around you. So I think it's pretty silly when people say toolboxes need to be dirty and disorganized. That is so not true.
Yeah. And I
Because
think
also it's time consuming, that you're wasting time looking,
100%.
like you go to it's like looking for, I don't know, a bolt in a box that you have not only the M8s or the M6s. It's like, you're just gonna go, where is it? Then you throw them now, like, why don't you have it? You know exactly them. You came like 5 minutes into it.
Yeah, and I think that's like, even when I get a box, and especially for some retired guys, or maybe especially passed away, a lot of times we buy boxes from widows because they don't know, they don't want to individually sell.
So Lauren, if I ever pass away, you can sell it to Joe, not for the price I told you I paid. Enjoy.
No, you're good. But so I mean, when you open those up, just the amount of respect, I don't know, I feel like that's an entire guy's life you're holding. You know, it's like.
But can't you tell, like, sometimes when you get a toolbox, you go, this guy was a good one, because you know like
Yes.
how they'll be messy because maybe, but like you can tell,
Yes,
even the
100%.
personality of the person,
In this
the way the
case,
box is getting
The
taken
age
care
of
of
the
it.
tool with the patina on them, I think, is the way you can tell the easiest. Because you have a tool, you can tell that you're looking at the box. Okay, some of the tools are a little bit newer, some of the tools are a bit old. The guy was passed away; he was 90, and you look, you're like, wow, the wear on the ratchet, like he wore through the chrome with his hand, and the tool still
It's
works.
polished, but not
And it's
polished.
still
Yeah.
clean, you know. He's still like, it's still clean, it still functions. He kept rebuilding, he kept using it. Like, I don't know. I think that is where it really speaks volume. When you look at some of the individual stuff, you know, like that, he used the tool for 40 years. It's still there. He still cared for it, even up someday, you know. And then I think that's where I take pride too. It's like, now I can pass it on. Hopefully, someone else can get another 40 years out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the only reason I wanted my own toolbox, as far as like a personal little one. It's because I want to go through and say, okay, what are my favorite tools? No matter for what, doesn't matter, because I don't do anything that I require in a specific tool every day.
Yeah.
And keep it, and then maybe one day says, well, you know what, this is what, if I'm not around, my kids, obviously,
Yes.
they grow. I have 3 boys and a girl, but the 3 boys love, just talking about Santa yesterday, and my kid's list is, he wants, you know, kids' tools, but we went on and we looked at, he wants a new electric screwdriver for kids, but, so I went, well, that was the way Dad, because I remember that with my dad. Unfortunately, I lost my dad when I was 13, but a lot of these examples it came from him, and those be memories that I think, no matter what, I mean, it's a tool, whatever that is, but that's the main reason that I want to have my, silly to say when you have 12 toolboxes, but mine, like basically,
Yes.
these are my favorite tools. For
Yeah.
what? I don't know.
And I
It's
don't
gonna
wanna-
come up to.
Not to get like too philosophical, but I think at the end of the day, that's what separates humans from everything else, is the ability to use tools to do anything. That's why we are where we are as a society. I think I don't know, I think maybe I give too much credit to what they are, but I think there is, you know, the ability to do anything. It comes down to the tool to be able to create it, and that is
Correct.
That is special. I think that is something beyond. I don't think some people always realize that, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. You know, some people it is just a tool, but I don't know. I think to me it's potential. The potential to create anything or fix anything and to keep it, you know, either on the road or in the air or whatever you're using the tool for. I think that this is a valuable thing that like kind of transcends the actual physicality of it, and that's why maybe it is worth spending a little bit more to have a thing that is, you know, USA made or made with some level of pride and is made, you know, better. Because at the end of the day, if you use it for 50 years and that's what
Correct.
it means to you, it's worth it. And to me, it's worth it.
And also, if you have the pleasure to do what you do, like I said, I just mentioned it, your passion of talking about this stuff. You want a nice stuff and you care about your tool, like, it's not that you're like over stressing if it gets dropped, or but like I clean my tools when I use it, and I put it away, and I have the right place, and then it's like I don't know, like you said, we don't want to get into, we have a whole nother video talking about, you know, tools in life is inspiration, but that is just whatever motivates you. That's what I tell people that ask me all the time. Everything that I get into, I'm pretty spoiled, I think, through my entire life. I've only done things that I really had the passion, and I was fortunate to make it, whatever that was, happen. And it doesn't matter what it is. If we say, hey, let's go for a run outside, I'm going to try to do the best I can.
Yeah, of course.
Because and I think that is the, you know, as far as the tools or whatever your passion is, as long as you do it and it makes you feel good, you shouldn't care.
Yeah.
Judge me for my toolboxes, I don't care.
Yeah. I'd rather have someone have a passion I don't like than have no passion at all.
Correct, because a passion is what that drives people, and that is something that I think I truly believe throughout my entire career. I was extremely successful with people, because at the end of the day, you're depending on people, is how much they are passionate about and what they do. I just mentioned in the beginning of the video, like working in racing is cool, but you can make a lot more money doing something else and work a lot less. But that's the passion, the obsession, a good obsession. So
yes, I've sold quite a few tools and boxes to people in racing, and that is what they said. The money isn't always the greatest, but it's the environment they're in. It's what they're passionate about. And you mentioned the wrapping. I bought a guy's box, but either way, that's what he did was he wrapped. I didn't even realize they wrapped a car between every single race. Like,
so it became nowadays. It's just became. Now we're going to talk about racing, but it became much easier for, you know, when you need to change sponsors. So back in the day, we had 3 paint booths, and then you need to change. You know, you used to, back in the days, you have one sponsor the whole year. Now times have changed. You have too many races, and then one sponsor only wants a certain number of races, and so it's much easier since then. And weight.
Yeah.
The paint is heavy, and wrapping is basically you leave the car carbon, you print it, you have the guys install it. Doesn't make a difference aerodynamic. Actually, debatable. That engineer says, you know, when you paint, we used to paint, you had to clear coat it so it looks smooth, because aerodynamic, especially the Indy cars, the print is printed. The whole thing is one sheet.
Yeah.
So that is something that nowadays, obviously, leaving that, and that's what when I see a toolbox, I'm like, how can we customize? Because also that is something that it'll be cool to have your name, right? And then you see even the companies like, you're gonna order a Snap one. I'm huge in carbon fiber. I love carbon fiber handle. That's, but some people don't want to spend the money buying that. You wrap, and then, I mean, LED lights and RGB lights. I've always put something in. Like you have that to add to, like, well, do you really need a green RGB light under your? No, I don't. But look how cool it looks.
Yeah, of course. You I sold this box to a guy in Carmel, and he was a carbon fiber collector. I'd never seen anything like this. He had like hundreds of different patterns, colors.
Everything I have is in carbon.
It was unbelievable. You know, I was there for hours. He was telling me about there's different like blasts that they can use to make it.
Waves.
And it was some of it was randomized, some of it was patterned.
For me, obviously, the race car, our Indy car's entire car is carbon fiber. Our helmets are made because it's light. I mean, obviously airplanes, but I like the looks.
Yeah.
It looks racy. Obviously, that's what I grew up doing. So anything that you can do that looks so good.
I remember I even asked him, like, what do you like? Do you make knife handles with? What do you do with it? He said, no, I just nothing. I'm like, you just have it? He's like, yeah, I just look at it. I'm like, that's
you guys got to
so
come
interesting.
I'll let you come do a video on my carbon fiber tools. I have.
Yeah. It is
knives and like everything that has a little bit of carbon, and when it doesn't, I make sure I wrap it a little bit.
Yeah.
But look, you look using helmets. I'm not going before somebody goes on the comments. This guy's cool. Let's look at me. But the intention of the carbon fiber is because it's like you do also the bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
And it's one of the, if not one of the most resistant impact protection. Obviously, depending on a helmet, you have to have some cushion because but it's the strongest, and it doesn't bend. If it breaks, but like it takes the wings on an airplane can flex.
Yeah.
Way more than anything else, it wouldn't break, and that's why. But also the weight. The race cars became safer with carbon fiber because back in the day, if you go back on the 60s and 70s and 8500, it was all aluminum, right? Both sides, and you see guys like splitting cars in half. We don't do that anymore because of carbon fiber. You're gaining weight, you take weight out, you consume less fuel, and then they start being used all over the world. That anything that you need to gain weight and strength, it becomes a carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I bet you if you do a carbon fiber box, it would be very light.
It'd be very cool.
Which, if anybody, I don't think we can do that, but
We don't have the. I don't have the funds. That's you. You gotta
no,
figure
I
that
can
out.
find the carbon. I don't have the talent. But let's see if we can find someone. Write in the comments, guys. We can have a project. It's not wrapping because it's not gonna be light, but it will be expensive. But they're expensive anyway.
Yeah, they are. They
I
are.
want to look at some toolboxes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
If my wife watching this, which make sure that she doesn't. Honey, I'm just looking. Is the epic the top of the
Very
line?
top.
Okay.
And there's probably never going to be something above it.
Usually, I don't know why. Everything I like is the most expensive one.
Yeah, it's the coolest. It is, and that's I think the reason I say you'll never see a better thing than the Epic is because the Revel got discontinued.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there was a race of companies trying to create.
Yeah,
better
but see
and
what we
better.
talk about. Like, if you look at that box, it looks expensive.
Yeah, look at the wheels.
The green one or the
No,
one?
the metal one, and either like this one, like they look like okay, it's worth.
Yeah.
Right? And then no, this like you said, you look at these two and you go, it's affordable,
Yeah.
right? But it's my wife. Okay.
She's wondering how much you spent.
She doesn't know I'm here. I'm hiding. Call her back.
And I also say I don't want to have anything against the U.S.
No, no, no,
I think
me neither.
in
It's
a
like,
lot
well-
of videos I even say if you're in the position where you're considering financing something, or maybe just look at the U.S. General. If that's
It
where
will
you're
be the
at,
trick. Well,
that's where you're at.
we have a few. Like I bought a few. He bought a few. Because it's like, you know what, affordable.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about it. If
100%.
if it gets banged up, or it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? So, and then again, they're not bad. One thing that I have a problem with is people that buy it and take the label out and put.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? But they're good. I don't dislike them. Actually, I have my shop cart, the one that like that, and we bought the 42 that we put a top on it. I mean, I have a few, and then I like them. But again, you look at this, and you look at that.
Yeah.
It's like
I think there's definitely. I'm glad that exists. I'm glad that the only option isn't a $10,000 tool.
no. And to be fair,
There
man,
has to be a variety.
and that is the experience I got because when we bought them, I'm like, why are people spending that money if we have that? And then you spend time with it, still doesn't justify it.
Yeah.
Because like it's twice less. I mean, if you think about it. But then sometimes you're trying to open the drawer, and if you don't hit it right, it's like you pull the whole toolbox if it's not locked. But to be fair, I mean, I don't think it misses anything. But if you're passionate about it,
Yeah.
then you go, all right, it's like cars. Any car will take from point A to point B.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. I've
You know
used the
what I
same
mean?
thing. It's like because
you
people
know,
say that they say, well, they're all just toolboxes. It's like, well, all cars are just cars.
it's the same thing. Yes. Well, why are you going to buy this much of a? Why are you going to buy a McLaren if you can buy a Chevy? Who's going to take you? Well, because it's the pleasure that I have when I'm driving the car. It's not about right. And if I can afford it, and that is it. I think is the same thing with. Yes, they both do the same thing. If they're going to be static there, if you look at it, they look pretty similar.
Yeah.
But then you start paying attention, the quality, the practicality and this and that, then you can argue, yeah, it's not worth double,
Do you agree?
but it's something there.
On this box, it's $4,500. I mean, this is.
Did you see you sold that, right?
$4,500. So it's like when you start comparing that to other things, it's like $4,500 is really not that
You
bad.
didn't answer my question. Did you sell it?
Yes.
Why is not? Why is still here?
Okay. So this
Did
is
he pay?
He did pay.
Oh man!
Almost. He owes 50 on. It's actually the customer.
Don't tell me that.
And he bought another box too. He hasn't picked this one up. I don't know if he doesn't have room for it or what. Same with that pink one. That pink one's been sold for.
That's been in every. Yeah. Well,
And I don't mind them sitting. I mean, like I said, I like looking at it. It's beautiful.
no, it's funny. You said I'm probably not gonna sell this. I've been looking, and I called you
know.
like, which that's why I didn't even ask. She said, I sold it. I'm like, you say you're not gonna sell it.
A customer off that video, man.
He said in the video, I've been looking for this ball.
Yeah.
So you? I think I'm gonna sell it, and then he backpedaled a bit. Maybe I will.
And then it replaced with that one.
Well, whatever.
Almost the same.
And then I didn't ask. And I go, I'm looking for the same orange one that you're not gonna sell. He goes, I sold that.
He's an interesting guy. He's a carny. Like
my wife's my wife's family, it's a carny actually. Maybe is it my father-in-law? Maybe?
Yes.
No, my entire family on my wife's side, she's from Cambridge City, Indiana. That's what they do too.
Yeah.
But man, that's an expensive toolbox to take around.
And he bought a 68 Epic, which is a little bit smaller than this. It's that center part, and he bought a 2 Snap-on cards. So he's bought many boxes.
See, if he hasn't picked it up, he doesn't need it.
That for a while, but he said, "Do you mind it sitting?" I'm like, "Man, it's beautiful."
I was wondering why there was just a random hammer in there.
This his hammer. He paid for it.
I'll give him the hammer. Oh, yeah, brother.
And they tap these drawers so you can screw them down.
It's
like the old Vidmar parts cabinet.
Yeah, Bill. So now you're learning.
And that's going to be in most every box now.
It's not. It's just money.
Feature they're pretty proud of.
You like the, you need this.
Yeah, I do.
Makos makes great. Mako doesn't make this screwdriver. Witt makes them, but they are a German company.
Yeah.
They make outstanding screwdrivers. Witty or Witt, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
But they make great products as a whole. They make Matco's picks too.
Which is crazy, but obviously I'm always searching for tools and I try to buy every different brand to really I would just want it to feel it, and you can tell the difference between a lot of tools.
That's one tool I don't like by Snap-on. I'm not a huge fan of their screwdrivers. I have a lot of them, but
so I bought a set because it was green before they made it.
yeah.
You saw it.
It's hard to spin because they're so triangular. It's hard to spin.
I don't use it. I mean, I think it's personal, but I don't like it. I'm with you.
Yeah, Wera makes a good set that's green.
Well, I have actually, so that's my addiction. I have every single, you name it, which I did not buy the Wera entire toolbox. They make a kit, because when they came with that, out of that, I looked what was inside, and I had all of them already.
Yeah.
So I don't need the toolbox, but I love their tools.
I like their screwdrivers. We use them for my day job.
I love their screwdrivers. The electronics one as well that you can use
the red ones.
And then I love their wrenches are pretty good. The Joker set. I have the black edition.
Yeah. I kept the set. I got them in. I haven't seen the black.
Have you seen the black edition?
No.
It's the same as just black, but
Yeah.
it's more expensive, of course, but
That's how it always is.
it's so cool.
Yeah,
You gotta come over, man. You gotta come over.
Ratcheting? Are they ratcheting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great set.
And they have the one that is ratchet but it's angled too.
Yeah.
But now they came with this black edition. It's really cool. You gotta come over and look at it.
I will definitely. I'll always look at tools. That's right.
Well, I gotta get
He's
organized.
got a lot of tools.
I saw how many boxes he has. Are they full?
No, so they will be if I get time to organize all of them, because right now we have stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, they're basically this box right here. Most of them.
I have a 72, a 66. Yeah, I took all the pictures. You guys, you'll post it.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen so they can see.
I'll send it to them. But look, this is one.
That's a maximizer. Maximizer. Another
Maximizer and another maximizer.
Yeah.
So these two are the same, but I have the top on this and not on this one. This, remember, Bill, the guy came to deliver. How bent.
Yeah, what did he do?
Fell off the truck.
Oh, that's a shame. And look at it, it's fine. You just gotta get a sideboard for it.
No, like I said, I haven't had time to
Just
fix it.
gotta
I can
iron it
actually,
out.
no, Bill and I, we put the handle. Guys, we'll put it on the video so it looks like so weird. And you can actually unbend. I just haven't had the time. And I felt bad, obviously. They're my sponsors. And the guy was like panicked. I'm like, don't worry about it. I didn't buy it, so don't worry.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll take it back. I said, I already had waited 7 weeks. You're not taking anything back. Just give it to me.
You just gotta get a side box for it, no one will see. Just attach a side cap,
That's we were talking.
a locker on there, no one will ever know.
So, but this one I saw it, and I actually, it's a bigger version of that, but I think we can do something here. Obviously, the carbon fiber. Have you seen this?
It's already done.
Yeah, but it's.
I think those are like 45.
It looks like it's used. War. That's good.
It's a paperwork tray, because the tops are textured so you can't write on them easy. So this is for filling. out and people look for it.
What a,
Well, actually, you know what? This is what I like to look for. If you like put it here, I mean, it's like when you're working, it's like the perfect height for soldering.
you do that on that thing that you bought. You saw what's gonna happen. That's actually pretty cool. She's
I mean,
trying to sell me the thing already.
It's 227, so you're not gonna be able to overload it. I mean, it's 227 fully open.
You know where this you know where this will go, right? Not in my toolbox, in that closet that I wanted to have.
Their attachments are cool. They make a ton of these.
Yeah.
Like that's like those dead blows hanging there. That's what that is. That goes on the inside.
She's already selling me like everything.
They're cool. That's I think Snap-on, out of all the brands, I think they probably did the best with the modularity. I mean,
Did you see this?
I saw that.
Like it
Like,
opens
I
like
was
that.
thinking it was gonna do that.
What's annoying to me, and this is just a preference on the Maximizer, is
Lifting the top.
well, because like you saw me, I have everything. Like you said on your videos, you have stuff on top, and you have tools inside. Well, I gotta clear. Then I have to have something else on the side. This is just, and some of them
so that
even
one's
have
gonna
the.
be a 4.3. The 4.3 zeros is the next iteration. That's like this, and then that's.
Yo, look at that.
Oh,
isn't it? Look.
So first they had a slide top that went back, and then they made these, and then they made these. So this is their current production.
So he showed me this in the picture. That's when he's like, okay. I'm like, at first like, no, I'm actually not.
Sure,
Because I would definitely replace my Maximizer just because Snap-on, they have it too. I can't. Because I have stuff, you saw, I have stuff on the top all the time and I forget and I put it like, oh my God.
And that's, I think these carts are, something Snap-on did do right is they built them off the classic platform. So that box, that big blue one right there, it's the same as this box. So it's the same steel gauge, the same wheels, the same handle. So it has like the structural integrity of this in a mini box. So this box is still rated for the same weight rating as that giant box.
And also I don't prefer chrome tops. I like the rough. And like, for instance, like the Mac tool cart. We have one, like, I don't want it, because if you didn't open up, it would be better. The only issue with that is this.
This is what I used to work out of.
Like I said, I love the top. Yeah. But like, then you have tools inside, why do I have the top?
And this is a much lower end Snap-on also. There's like little things, I don't know, it's like hard to explain when you open it.
Yeah, it's like a little wobbly.
It's like I mean, I use it for years. I shouldn't complain about it, but it's little things like that you can't really see online. Like, how else do you know it does that without seeing one in person?
With some brands, like, you can go to...
You're gonna hold it like you mean it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Like, you can go to Harbor Freight and see anything, but like Snap-ons, if you don't know anybody, like,
Yeah.
or the truck, you can't really like sample, you know, so it's tough to...
No.
You look at, I need that, and you buy that, and that does that, you go, man, what do you do now? Sell it to you?
And yeah, I think that also the cool part is being able to see what they look like after use. I mean, it's cool to see a box that's got 30 years of use on it. It works fine.
We need to talk about that. So, like I said, I don't think if you want to part ways, but I didn't know, maybe not. But like I said, if you want to trade with something that I have,
I'm happy to
and
take
I'll give you
trades.
some cash, I don't care.
I'm happy to take trades.
You know what I mean? But again, don't feel. I don't want it to. I wrote it to you. I don't feel like.
I'll give you the same offer I give anyone else. So.
Right. And then I'm not looking for like. Obviously, if you had that, still like I would get it because that's what I want. Obviously, the cabinet itself, it's what I'm really looking to get, but that's something that is similar to what I have, so I can swap one. It doesn't matter. You know? I have a mechanical room that I have all my, some of the stuff that I would use. I don't have. So now we just closed a deal with New Age cabinets. Have you heard of them?
I have them in my garage.
Yeah, here you go. So we just built a new facility. I'll bring you there when in January we'll be ready. And I closed a deal with them. The guy was a huge race fan, and he was my fan, but didn't follow he didn't know I was running the team. So when we approached him, and the guy figured out, oh, is he running? So he came to me and says, hey, would you mind? He saw my place. I showed the picture. He's like, can we do something? So we're gonna build a whole wall just with his stuff. Then now really I have zero needs for any of the toolbox. The pictures that you saw, I have 2 warehouses. One my bus stays, that's where all those are.
Okay, the wall of them.
Yeah. Those are not the pictures that you saw.
Yes.
And then I have all the other ones on my other. So now it's like, what do I keep because I want to? Do I have the space on the other warehouse? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do I need all of them? No. They give Bill some, and some of my guys like, because obviously not, it didn't cost me anything. So if I can help a friend, who cares? But now I have no need, because then I'll put all my tools there. I still want my one, like if I like that one, then I will go, all right. Then I can go around where the sims are and blah, blah, blah. But like I have zero need, because I could make a whole wall like that, like you have it in your house. So we got our deal with the wall. So Lista gave us all the papaya stuff, but that's for the main floor. Then they don't make cabinets like that. We have the maximizers we got for the guys at the shop, the little ones, so we all have it on the base. But we need something else for the pit stop. We do like the live pit stop and the pits in the shop. And that wall, we needed something, and I saw there, so I was gonna buy it. And then my commercial team said, well, what about if we reach out to them? So they're from Canada. We went to Toronto. We invited them to the race and we made a deal. But so that's my place from the top. So this is all gonna go away. See, and I have
these are super cool.
those are my race cars, like
Those are
replicas.
Super cool.
So look at this box. This Bill took this one. But this whole wall is gonna go down. But see, I have 2 boxes everywhere. This is all gonna go away. I'll send you all this. You gotta remember what we talk about on the video.
With the top.
And that's the upstairs. So I have a, so the kids play here. So it's, here we go. So that is looking, so there's more sims on the other side there. And the cabinets are gonna be basically,
That is awesome.
this is the wall, the way it's gonna be. So just picture that wall that you just saw. So it's gonna be facing this way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put, it's gonna be a 36-foot locker, a cabinet, a countertop, and a toolbox. But then, obviously the countertop, the TV. But here, it's gonna be my office. So a chair,
Yeah.
like you know the Viper chair, the guys.
Best chairs in it?
Yeah. So they're good friends, and I have too many. So we're gonna do my personal tools fixed, because this is a the 7-drawer countertop of stainless. Then I'm gonna put my computer here and sit, and then I want to have my personal toolbox, the little one to take around.
Look at the old Kennedys and the
I don't even see,
Gerstners.
that's why I need to it's so new.
Kennedy and Gerstner, they both make machinist boxes. They're really small, or they make other things too, but they make some beautiful. They make them they can get them out of maple, walnut, mahogany.
Here, nowadays I have my computer and I have a Viper chair seat, but I don't,
Yeah.
my legs will hit. So we were doing all of it, so I really don't have a need for all my toolbox, but again, it's not. That kind of stuff, like if you don't want to part of ways, which is fine, because then I trade you one, I'm still gonna use that. Yeah, I'll send you the stuff, let me know, and then we'll, whenever you want, like if you'll talk today, and then if you want to bring it this week or tomorrow, it doesn't matter, I'm always there. Depending what we agree, and whatever I need to give it back to you, there's a difference. The only box that is really damaged is the one that you saw. You gotta come over.
Yeah, I will for sure.
I'll send you all the pictures, let me know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then you can come over and maybe we'll we'll shoot a video that day.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you coming here and letting us shoot this.
No,
Interesting.
I suggested just to give you, I like the channel, and I think if I could help you,
I'm
you're being
sure.
grown, so. Maybe
Well,
not,
this
maybe
is
you're gonna lose 1,000 followers after that.
Maybe. That'd be half of them at this point. That'd be a pretty good time, yes.
Oh, cool. Then I'm gonna look at some other stuff that so if you find one of those, let me know.
The minis,
Yeah.
I'll keep my eye out. There's been a lot of things I've sold and then I regret.
Do you want that?
How much for these?
I just.
Actually, I'm getting the green one.
Find out.
You are?
I am.
If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and special thanks to Tony and his friend Bill for letting us shoot this video with them. We are planning on visiting their shop next week, and hopefully we are able to shoot some footage for that, and it can also find its way onto this channel. I apologize that the audio was not as good. I've done the best as I can to clean it up. As always, it is a learning process, and once again, thank you guys for watching.